Yup.
Taking these horses apart, Cory.
What's that?
I've never taken one of these Mythic Legions horses apart. Oh, sorry,
I
Paige.
haven't either, but I've seen that it can be done. I've never done it.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'll get off my high horse here.
Hello, everyone. I have not showered, shaved, or slept in 4 days.
Ooh.
Dirty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're like, oh, God. I'm home now. I'm home now.
Man, too. You've been dirty pipeline.
Yeah, man. No, I haven't. I haven't even had time to do that. Oh God! So we'll probably have a low show today because this is just kind of last minute. But I guess just to get kind of everyone up to speed. Sorry about the excuse me. Sorry about the late throw out, but there was some personal things that happened that needed to be taken care of, and so got all that stuff taken care of. That's why the show moved over. So welcome everyone to episode 112 of the Hangout. My name is Paige, and I'm joined by two of my nearest and dearest, the two Corys. How are you guys doing? How's life for you guys? Good?
Good, man. I feel like we can't complain about too much at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you can.
No.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I showered today, so I showered today, so life is good for me.
Yeah.
You, bud.
Well, I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision. Can you smell me? No? Yep.
I didn't want to say anything. But.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you see, I was watching some YouTube stuff. Mm-hmm. Did you see, I like this guy. His name's Marques Brownlee. He's the tech guy. He was showcasing the Apple, I guess, these little goggles or whatever they have, these virtual reality goggles and stuff. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, we're all going to be plugged in just like the Matrix, man.
I heard about it, but I haven't seen them yet. I heard about it.
It's like $3,500 or something like that for these things.
Price tag on them. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, man. I was like, it was crazy. Well, tonight's show is properly titled "A Financial Beatdown." And a lot of these titles, they just kind of come as the show's getting ready. And so I was loading up pictures and I'm like, good God, there's just so much stuff, man. There's so much stuff coming out. And it's the unfortunate thing about it, most of it looks really good. So I was like,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So let's start the show. So we can talk about all this stuff because I think we all need a little bit of a toy break right now. Toy break. Anything major in your personal lives that you want to share?
Cece, I know you got a little project going on.
Yeah, not so much major going on over here, though. You know what I mean? I'm playing with the car still. That always turns into more than what you anticipate when you start digging into old cars. Mm-hmm. But luckily, it's just for fun. You know what I mean? If I get it done, I get it done. There's no rush. Just take my time, get it done right.
Is that the Thunder Tank or the muscle car?
The muscle car. The Thunder Tank still hasn't made it in the house yet. I'm a little disappointed in myself for that. Oof. I gotta commit to breaking him open.
You'll see a post later. For sale, Thunder Tank, new in box. DM for
man, right? Sad.
I have a box over here. A bunch of articulated icons I never messed around with, and I looked at them and I was like, if I haven't seen these things in a year, I should just sell them.
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing some sales posts for me. I was just looking. I was like, I'm not gonna play with this, man. What am I doing?
That sucks.
Oh no, it'll free up space and
but
all right. Since we're talking about toys, let's start off the show the right way. Show me what you got. I apologize because the only thing that I really have that I could show you that I got is this Serpentor Cobra. That's it. I haven't had any time, so I'll live vicariously through you guys. So
show us the picture.
Right. The picture.
The picture you sent me in the private message from yesterday.
Which one was that? What was it?
The reason for the delay.
Oh, I can't show that medical stuff on it. No, I would not do that. No. That'd be bad, bro. No, I can't do that. It is bad. Did I show? Yeah, Cece saw it, didn't he?
No, I said no.
Oh yeah, I remember.
No.
Yeah. So yeah,
I just
I
can't
mean, I
believe
could.
the on that thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
Paige is no man. He's gone through, the brisk, and now it was a circumcision.
Is that what it looked like? Yeah, it did look like foreskin at first. I was like, what the hell is that? He showed me that junk. I was like, ooh.
Oh, man.
HIPAA. All right, so show me what you got. What are the 3 things that we do? Oh, so you just show what you got, what you like about it, what you'd like to see them do maybe next time, and a word that you would use to describe it to hook a fellow collector into buying it.
I'll be right back.
Dude.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Nah, it's okay.
I was late, so
I'll probably be doing it too. CC, do you have something?
He's gonna miss it. He's gonna miss it.
I'll be right
Bum bum bum. I got around and mess with this guy some more today.
Ooh,
Destro. So my first time putting this head on him. I'd had the more comic inspired one on here the most time, but I've decided that I really like this look. Really like this look.
Which face did you get? The serious one?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the serious cartoon one, more cartoonish inspired one. I would guess would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
That looks really.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
T-Pain. He's giving us enough time to absorb it and take all of it in.
Kidding me?
And he dropped out. There he's back.
Man, Comcast has really been for what I pay for Comcast in this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to send them a scathing email about their service.
Yeah, just
shake your fist at them.
Yeah, man, it's terrible.
I'd like to speak to your manager, please.
Yeah, they sent me an email about 30 minutes ago saying you may experience
outage.
Let's say, yeah, one of those type of emails. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding.
Get your bill prorated for all the ins and outs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah. So I'll get my likes in real quick about Destro. Obviously, I like the vintage accurate costume. I think they did a great job with that. Very true to the original design.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the soft hands that they give you. They're very flexible. Very supple hands he's got there.
Soft hands.
Very soft hands. Very soft hands. And I love the head sculpts. Oddly enough, the one thing that I would change is I'm not going to just say accessories, but I feel like I need more hands. Right? Like maybe some more expressive hands or some different hands. He just kind of has the carrying hands and the open hand. But I would like some more gestures. I guess would have been nice.
You want middle fingers?
Middle fingers and gestures, the pointing hand, that kind of stuff. I think there's a few things they could have done to make him a little more expressive. Because the figure itself is so expressive. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he's got great hands, but he could have just give me one of those Gomez sets of hands. Would have been great.
Well, do you think because they did this and they like to do variants, do you think that they'll do like a for profit Destro? And would you buy it if they did a for profit Destro?
Well, I think we all know the answer to that question, right? How do you how would you not, right?
Hard pass.
Yeah. How would you not?
Yeah. Hey man, what's up? How's everyone doing?
For as bad as everyone talked about that figure, did there anybody that collect classifieds that didn't get that Profit Director Destro? For as bad as everyone talked about it.
I know, yeah. The thumbnail that I used today, when he's got the burning money stacks, that's from the for profit for Destro. I was like, where's that for profit Destro at? I was like, yeah. So what's your word? What's your word that you would use to?
Elegant.
Ooh.
Elegant. I think that describes this one very well. For the first edition of the Mezco G.I. Joes, he's elegant.
So what is your most anticipated Joe that's been revealed so far then?
Tunnel Rat.
No, I'm not classified. Yeah. I knew that.
The Mezco ones,
yes.
Man, it's got to be Firefly, I think. Storm Shadow's probably going to be really good, but Firefly, I think, is going to be really killer.
No eating those flaming hot Cheetos when you're handling that fire or Storm Shadow though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's a challenge. That's a
Storm
challenge. I
Shadow will
tell
be about
people all
like
the
that
time.
White Moon Knight.
hmm
Yeah.
Oh, so MC, what do you got? What did you? What piqued your interest, sir?
Man, I got a busy week, but one thing that I did get to open was Bricks and Bread.
Yeah.
Bricks and Bread. Did you get that, Cory? I know we were talking.
I got 3 sets. Don't tell anybody.
Damn.
Baller.
Don't tell
I
anybody.
got
Yeah.
But I know a few people have already seen it, but just the buckets of cash that we get, the duffel bag is great. The gold bars. I know, Paige, you posted your Macro Monday on that gold bar. I mean, it's just it's just great. And then the coins. The coins are cool. We got those a few times now with Two-Face. And is that it? Just Two-Face? I can't remember. Remind me.
I think these coins have been in a few other ones too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a fog right now with a lot of that stuff. But you could stack all that stuff up like for a nice little casino.
You can look like Scarface. You can look like Jay-Z. You can look like, I mean, there's so much you can do with that, with those stacks of money. Casino, of course. Man. I love
pirate.
Yeah, the gold bars you could do with the pirate and the gold coins, like doubloons.
Yeah.
You can do heists. You can do. I mean, it plays with so many different figures in the line. I mean, like Vaporoni, you can use it with. I mean, I just think of all these. I don't even know what I'm going to do. My mind is just a million different places right now. What I want to do with a shoot with this. I've got a Extreme Sets Bank Vault set. I've got the Bank Vault. That's pretty cool. So I thought maybe I'd use some of that. Might bust that out for a shot.
You guys ever seen any 1/12 playing cards?
They have the one that set that came with the I think the casino
Gambit.
No. Oh, I know what you mean now. I thought you were talking about the 1/12 collective like playing cards where they have like
no,
Joffrey.
I mean, just some literally 1/12 scale playing cards.
Because I bought stacks of paper money off of Amazon 1/12 scale.
Yeah.
It's like you can get it in ones and hundreds. I think I did six of each, and it's all like wrapped up really nice and looks good. I should look and see it. I think I saved that seller. I'll see if there's any playing cards.
It's hard to find that stuff because you know how like sometimes if you go to Hobby Lobby, the cards are just like way too big and it looks like they're holding like greeting cards.
Yeah.
And so to have them, and then also to have them like you're saying, where it's printed and it looks nice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen just those miscellaneous cards like.
Oh man.
$5.49 delivered. 9 left in stock. Delivered Monday. Buy it now. All you guys know.
Add 2 cards.
Joel said he got some off of Etsy. But he can't remember the seller.
Well, I'll let you know. Fortunately, Amazon, you can send it right back if you don't like it. So,
yeah,
I definitely see a card game coming in my future.
Like with dogs, like you remember the poker table with the dogs?
Yeah, you can do like with dogs. We've got some great figures lately, though. Like you get a card game with Destro, Freeze.
Cousin
You
Eddie
got
with
the best poker face. Cousin Eddie comes with the diamonds he can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Pretty nice makings of a shot there.
Have you seen that guy that's killing all these Vaporoni shots? They're like so like today, the one he put up today where I was like, holy crap, he's just doing like I think he's the one that did also the go-kart, didn't he do that one too? He's just man, and it's all like this stylized, in that time period, and they're so good, man. What's the one he did today? He had he took the monkey from Indiana Jones and he put it on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the organ grinder.
Yeah. I was like, holy, and that's not just that one. He's doing a bunch of them. I think he was the first one with the he put the Pink Skull's pilot helmet and goggles on him too. It's really good, man.
I saw a guy on Instagram, Chris Barcode. He did like a Western seam with Vaporoni because he's got like kind of that wet, like like an old saloon kind of looked. But he was riding his moose though, but it looked Western. Like he took a shot in the woods riding the moose. If you would have put it on a horse, I think it would have crushed it, but it still looked amazing. Did it in like that it was either Seafire black and white. It was very, very amazing shot.
Yeah.
Could be the same guy.
Figure, yeah, that figure is, at least from him, I've seen other people doing shots with it, man, but that figure seems to be going over like really well. It's going to be cool to see at the end of the year when everything is kind of laid out on the table, like what figures, are, because man, they, I really like pretty much everything that they put out this year so far. Everything's been really good.
See it or not, but
go closer, please. Look at that. he's got the old man Logan hat on there.
Yeah,
that is so cool, man.
And here's another shot in color of what he did.
Ted Turner colorized classics.
But yeah,
I brought it up too late. It's stupid sticky button. And that's the idea. I was playing doing poker shots too. Yeah, back at it again. Yeah, back at it, man. The streak continues, thanks to my girlfriend.
Why not?
Yeah, man. I hope she gets better. So, yeah. Well, so now that we did that, show me what you got. Sorry, like I said, I'll be better next time. But this is what I got. I opened up your Serpentor. I opened it up, and I was like, yeah. And finally, this thing, I took this out and I kept it out. I was like, I'll pack this separately so I can use it for like Indiana Jones or just something else. But that air chariot, I was like, holy crap, why did it take me so long to like open this thing up, man? But it is, that thing is nice. Really nice.
I keep him out all the time, like, because it's just like, I remember when we were talking about like when Cory brought, he brought out, was it the little like figures and how it relate to us? That's one that relates to my youth. I remember getting Serpentor as a kid in the 80s and just the little air chariot and the little soft goods that it came with.
And they did really well with that thing, man. It's like very nostalgia rubbish. I was like, I was sat there and I was like, crap, this is nice, man.
He's such a big figure, like the classified, like he's a bigger classified figure.
Yeah. So I am on call tonight, so I'm gonna have to go through some of this a little bit quickly. So we'll start off with news and notes. Before we do that, I'd like to do like a creator spotlight really quick because we talk about creators a lot here, right?
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw this the other day, and I was kind of bummed. So context is this is the figure booth. I don't know if people are really familiar with this show, but it's done by Nate and Prime, Nate and Josh, and they do this show. And this show, I don't watch a lot of shows, and this is one of the ones I do watch. They have very good interviews. They do a lot of people from the community. They have Motivational Monday, and that's what kind of attracted me to them. I was on the show before, but consistently watching because they did Motivational Mondays, and they talk about these really good topics. It kind of parallels what we do. Just tips and tricks and stuff like that, and how to deal with certain situations. Because we're also focused on the negative part about it, and nobody ever seems to have answers. So they do that too. And I saw this, and it was disappointing because these guys are really good. They put out good content. They got good chemistry. And I saw this, and they're going to be taking a break. And so what I wanted to do was spotlight this. They're taking a break down. They're going to be going away for a little bit. But if anybody out there, if you have a chance to check out any of these, check out any of their previous episodes, I would highly recommend it, honestly. Like I said, and they have something for everybody. The Motivational Mondays is really cool. They did this episode on kind of like what we're going to be talking about tonight, but just the financial part of it, like collecting and how stress and things that you can do. And like I said, they have a ton of really good interviews. I guarantee you across the board, there's probably somebody in that list that you know of. I think there's Playing With Myself is in there. I think they did Kevin's Toying Around. They've done a lot. So if you get a chance, the figure booth, they're on YouTube as well. Send them a nice little comment or message and words of encouragement, because I hate seeing quality channels, kind of go away or just take breaks because of either personal reasons or just not being creatively motivated. So
Yeah.
please make sure you check it out. So that was my little thing. Move on. Good.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, they're good, man. I wanted to grab a couple of the interview things to show you guys, but they've had some top people, some notable people in there too. So, all right, starting off first, Marvel Legends, Wakanda. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. I was like, I'm gonna use this head sculpt for one of the Dora Milaje. But yeah, did you guys see this? The new what is it? It's the
That wasn't your first thought when you saw Captain Marvel? You want to put her on Dora
yeah, I did. I think I called it wrong. Didn't I say it? I was like, oh, is that Monica Rambeau or something like that? I totally got that wrong. You guys roll with the two. Yeah. I was like, geez. I am surprised that they were able to get Brie Larson, like she always has a really mad face, but they kind of nailed it.
Yeah, they did better this time than that who farted face that she has on.
Yeah, but they gotten so much better. Like, I love the way. That's why I'm excited about Tangerine. But I love how hair now is different than what it used to be. Now you have all these sculpted textures.
Yeah,
different hair. Yeah, so yeah, this is the new. What is this? The Awesome Hulk bath.
Yeah.
So they're trying to plug the Marvels. That movie's coming out in November or something like that. So
I hope they gifted her with a better script this time. I think she got kind of a bad rap.
Who, Brie Larson?
Just my opinion.
Brie Larson or another character? CC, no?
I think he froze again.
Oh, okay.
Poor guy.
He was talking about Brie Larson. They also have the Heroes Return Iron Man. I thought this was kind of cool. I like the shield. We got Karnak, and then Marvel Boy, and all these characters combined will form Devastator. No, they won't. They'll form this green guy. In other news, let me know when he comes back because I gotta. There he is. Boom. Add to the string.
Sorry.
Which is the one that you wanted to have better lines for?
I'm hoping Brie Larson gets a better, writing for her this time around. And everyone always wants to give the actor a real hard time when you can only give the script that's given to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think she played the role that she was given. I don't, hard to believe that you can be that bad of an actor and make it that far.
Yeah.
Didn't she? She won an Academy Award, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she did for
The Room, or was it The Room, or isn't that what she was like kidnapped?
Yeah. Was it her? Or was it Jennifer Lawrence? Isn't that in The Room, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe it was The Room. Yeah. But yeah, so they got the Miss Marvels and it's the. I should have went back and said I didn't know if you guys were into this or not. I this stuff is cool, but I don't have an attachment to all these characters. And
what's with the Transformer there? I missed that part.
Oh, I said all of these will combine form the Devastator.
Oh, okay.
And then I
got excited about Devastator. I'm like, man, what I missed? They're re-releasing Devastator again?
It's awesome. Cross property. What they're doing is they're putting Transformer pieces in with Marvel Legends. It's like
sweet.
Yeah.
Now that's a BAF I could get into.
Hasbro 100 celebration. You might get a random Ghostbuster in one of the packages.
Oh, that'd be cool. And a voucher ticket for a face scan.
There we go.
Yeah. This is kind of late breaking. This is the Target exclusive. Oh, all those other figures, if you don't know, it's $24.99. They're on all online major retailers. not really good at this, but so Target exclusive, Black Widow. I have the other version of this, the one that came out that's in all black. I have that one.
I like that last head sculpt.
The one that came with the bike?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And yeah, so I didn't I wasn't I just keep finding more reasons not to buy stuff now, because there's just so much as we go
Kind of
through all
have
these.
to.
Yeah, I mean they look good. It's like there's just so much. But you guys picking up or passing on these, or
I steered clear from the Legends. I've almost cut myself off of those completely.
Yeah. I'm out on the Legends mostly too.
I like what they're doing. Like they look 10 times better than they did when I first started collecting it. But like I said, there's just so much, and it's almost like you really got to be selective. So moving on, I think we'll probably have a major boner with this one. G.I. Joe. Now, again, if you're watching this and you're saying, "Oh, Paige, you missed this, and this," a little bit of a hectic week, so I didn't get everything. Next week will be better, but I just kind of cherry picked and grabbed stuff that I thought was interesting, and I was able to do. So it looks like we get grunts. We talked about this before. This is going to be cool, and another Crimson Viper. So
yeah.
But we all know that, and that's going to be for pre-order later on. But we all know that was just a tease for the upcoming stuff, getting us warmed up. Nice and wet. So, Python Crimson and then Dusty. I think we all kind of had each other's back on it. And thank you, MC. He was like MVP this week, sending links and everything to us. I was like, holy crap. Dusty, not so dusty. Green. This is his wooded area ones. Did you guys pick these up? No?
I didn't get the Target stuff just because I hate the way Target does their pre-order system through their store.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I did do the other stuff.
I've been.
How many Trouble Bubbles did you guys get?
I forgot to put that in there. I got 3 Trouble Bubbles.
3.
3. I got 3.
I've been more selective about Joe's as well. Like I'm starting, space or money. Which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
Space is finite.
Well, that's big on this one because they teased. I didn't grab all the screenshots for that, but they've been teasing this for the last week or two. We've been talking about it. And then they finally launched it. Operation Take All Your Money.
That's what they should have called it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we could cut into this a little bit. So this was the Dragonfly, the HasLab. Future project we'd already got back, so I grabbed this when it first started off pretty strong. 5 per customer, 274. I think I pulled over and I bought it right then and there. What about you guys?
I was texting you real-time updates like,
yeah. That's what it cost me. Oh no, my order number. Somebody's got it now.
Somebody's gonna backlog into your credit card account, and I just want to make sure
with that.
Order number.
I'll find you before you find mine. Boom! God. Look at all the stuff you get.
Yeah.
Wow! Initial impressions when you guys saw this. Are you guys good with the? Obviously, price is always a big topic for us, but what did you guys think? Because this comes on the heels of, previous HasLabs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you guys
the thing is 3 feet long, man. You know what I mean? So you're paying $90 a foot. I don't think you can get anything else, cheaper than $90 a foot. It's
Subway.
All the light up features and the accessories, and you're going to get 4 figures if they get all the unlocks, which I'm almost certain they will.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be completely honest. If you want to be Mr. Frugal and you just back this, you could probably get rid of the 3 other exclusive figures and pay for your Dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm promoting that sort of thing, but it's doable because people are going to want these figures. People that didn't get this Dragonfly are going to want those figures.
Yeah, I've seen people in the group doing that already.
Yeah.
How much do you think Wild Bill will go for? I'm like, geez, man, you
Yeah.
guys no chill, man.
Yeah.
Well-
You buy 2, you offload those extra figures, it'll pay for itself.
There's about 12,000 Wild Bills in the works right now as
Yeah.
we speak.
Well, yeah, but I think they said, and I didn't read exact terminology, but they said that these are figures that you wouldn't be getting later on.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if there's like that loophole where like maybe you get Wild Bill in another kind of costume or form. But
I don't think they'll do Wild Bill, but I think that's part of the reason why the one they showed is a Night Force subset.
Yeah.
So I would assume the other 3 figures that haven't been shown will be Night Force as well. That way they can still release a regular version.
Yeah. And so what is this?
Ripcord.
Ripcord. Yeah, Ripcord is the first unlock, and I don't know status wise. Maybe we can check on that. I don't know if they're near 13,000.
It's 11,920 right now.
Are you serious? Holy crap!
I'm on the site, so
I know, but wow.
Yeah.
So 1,080 away from probably showing the next tier.
yeah, it was funded in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grab that. These are our little unlocks. Everybody's trying to decode stuff too. Like here they go. This has, this many X's or something like that. I don't know. They said something. I saw somebody say that it may be airborne for the next one, and then there was another. Yeah.
Deep Six.
Come on, Night Force Tunnel Rat.
Who do you got for the third one? Those are the 2 characters I didn't.
Lift ticket.
Lift. Yeah.
Great minds, Paige. Great minds.
Yeah.
Lift
Good
ticket.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this one seems that you think it in the offices they're doing.
What about
like
Lifeline?
Ooh.
Yeah, but
You got to have a medic on this operation, don't you?
Doc. Give me Doc before Lifeline, though.
yeah, I like Doc better. I like Lifeline, but he just stands out too much. I know that's his character. It's like, oh, don't shoot the guy in red.
Don't shoot the American Red Cross guy running across.
Yeah,
It would probably be Night Force Lifeline though if they did it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to read Geneva Convention right now. All right.
Now I have to go to The Hague.
Yeah. Anytime I think about like Lifeline, I always think about that big ass chopper that they had. You know what I'm talking about? The double Huey.
Yeah, the Tomahawk.
Yeah, the Tomahawk. That's who I think of when I think of Lifeline. So maybe Doc would be good in this. Who was the gunner? Who was the second guy in the?
I'm looking it up right now on the cartoon.
Yeah. You lucky dog, because I paid more than that. Ugh, they got me. And everybody's got my order number. I'm lucky I'm not eating dragonflies. Yeah, so
See, Mario, some fire picks with those Mezco Joes. I know you.
Yeah, man, I bought one. I just size thing, like you said, it's just that thing's huge. I have a picture of it with like Lenny, but Lenny's a big guy, so it's like he's putting that up to himself, and you can see how big it is. It's like, geez, but I think this is a no-brainer, bro. Like for me, like when are we gonna get a scaled helicopter, like CC said, that lights up, and you can use it for multiple things. Everybody knows it's a Joe copter, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I've been buying different. I bought a Fortnite helicopter because I saw somebody mod it, and they cut the seat out of it, but it's still just too big for 112 figures. And then I bought the Barbie helicopter, which just looks animated and cartoony, so it doesn't work. The only other helicopter I've seen is there was this special operations helicopter a friend of mine had, and I asked him where he got it. He said he had to get it from Spain, and he had to pay a buttload of money. But it's one of those tactical copters. But we don't really have any like gunship helicopters or anything that unless you print them out and do your own stuff. So
you guys said airborne, right? Earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Airborne ripcord.
Yeah.
Here's rock and roll with Duke. Picture of those two in there in the cartoon.
Yeah, I've been watching the cartoon a lot lately.
Getting ideas,
maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get the jetpacks soon? From God, that light up feature's sick. The jetpacks, like they,
in the beginning of the cartoon, like the movie.
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
What would you think? Like just selling those as like an accessory pack or putting it with somebody? Look at that. Okay, so really quick, digital render. Remember that buzzword, okay? Because we're gonna be talking about that a little bit later. Digital render, right? Digital render. But look at this, man. Look at the detail, bro.
They said during the stream too, this is just the beginning. So it's not just, I feel it's not just going to be figure unlocks. I think they're going to probably throw some more accessories at us. Lenny was very specific about that.
Meaning add on like weaponry for the copters like they did the his tanks?
Flame effects and change out things. Like I like the working wench that's on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a ratchet system.
Look at that. That thing's huge.
Airborne looks really cool.
Yeah. Jeez, man. I saw guys saying they got 5 of them. I was like, where are you going to put this?
He's a good army builder too, like that. That, just black flight suit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really could. You could head swap anything on there.
Yeah. Same with the grunt. I thought that was a great, because we have all these name brand characters. Oh no! What are you supposed to do, Paige? Really quick. Remember? Boom.
First thing, stay calm.
Always. Always.
Do you think Mezco is going to fit inside those?
I'm hoping so. I really do. That's
for how big he is. So I would think that he's going to fit in there.
maybe.
And he's a big.
Yeah.
Big dude.
Yeah,
the detailing on Wild Bill's guns and stuff too when they were talking about it, like the
revolvers and stuff.
Yeah, on his revolvers.
Yeah. So this is 2 Operation Dragonfly 274. I think they are. So it's already backed. So everyone's going to get charged, obviously. But this is supposed to charge on, what is it, July 18th. Same time as SDCC.
Wait, what are you talking about? 2 days, Paige.
Ooh.
I'll go over that in a second. I thought that was kind of cute. I don't mind people asking about me, but like I had some people who are like, "You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. 42 days. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh God."
Yeah, Paige.
Well, some people reach out to me and go, "Hey, man, dude, you know that they're doing it like next week? It's not 42 days." I was like, "Yeah, I know that. We'll talk about it later." But yeah, so GI Joe's 2 for 2. You think they're around the office and they pass by the Marvel HasLab place and they're like, "Hey, you guys need some help?" Bad joke. But you know what I mean? Because you know how like offices have like inner
Black Series. They failed on their Rancor and that Riva lightsaber that they did.
Yeah.
MC, what are you talking about? Failure?
They did
Michael Jordan didn't win a championship. That doesn't mean he failed. He's just not a failure.
Tell him, Giannis. Tell him.
But do you think they're like that? Like they just kind of rib them a little bit.
Oh, I
would
hope.
Hey, hey,
that company. Like,
you need some help? You want us to kind of give you some ideas, bitching? So it's not that, but yeah. So they're 2 for 2. I saw somebody mention like about how the his tank's not out yet, and I saw a couple people mention that it's not even out yet, and they're taking pre-order for this, and that doesn't really bother me. Does it bother you guys? Like, that they overlap? Yeah, they did that with Galactus and the Sentinel, right? Yeah. Articulated arterial. So, all right, moving along. Again, please take note of everything that is there. We got fully funded. I like one of the messages that got sent out that said, "We need your help." I'm like, nah, you guys know you're going to back this. You don't need our help.
We crushed it.
Oh, Mythic Legions. Because I messed up on this a week prior before. So if I miss some of the stuff or I mess it up, you experts, please let me know. So Mythic Legions had this is the All-Stars 6 wave, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. So, got a bunch of new characters. This isn't the voting stuff, right? This is the right.
Four of those are what was voted on.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones are the ones
that
voted
bottom
on?
row?
These guys.
Yeah.
These I've seen him before. So
Mhm.
these are guys that we've always seen in the line. They just reissued them for a chance for people to be able to get them again.
Correct. Correct.
Right. So this came out. I didn't get any of these. Did you guys pick up any of these?
I'm still on the decision phase.
Okay.
The decision phase, because I mean, the all in on this thing is what, $500?
Yeah, I think I screen capped that. I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty
could have been
sure the
doing
all-in's
this.
real close.
When I first saw this, I was thinking, I was thinking about the
Choose
guy. Like,
wisely.
he chose poorly. Man, they always do really good, like detail wise. Look at that, right? God, oh, CJ Flex right there, soft goods.
I have 5 of these figures saved in my cart right now,
Oh, you?
and I blame Cory Christopher for this.
Yeah, that's 185.
100%.
Holy
Actually,
crap! Look
an
at
accessory
this.
set also. I have 5 in an accessory set. I forgot about that.
Like this accessory set or a different accessory set?
Nope. The heads.
Please feel free to throw out names. I'm just amazed by the detail. And
Skeleton guy. Skeleton dude. Knight guy. Templar Knight.
That's just a second, or this is just another promo shot. Oh, look at that lightning effect. So yeah, All Star 6 came out, and with this, I don't want to really get into it too much, but here's your all in right there, $4.95.
Yeah.
What's that break down to about? What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, and then you get that stuff too.
Yeah.
16 things divided by $4.95. Everybody has fast math, probably not me, but from what I've seen, like the feedback wise, people said
$30
that,
and some change.
Yeah. And this begins, and then look at that, closes July 9th. Another thing in July.
Yeah.
I like this. This was very informative. When you look down, hey man, if you got questions, please contact customer service. And so obviously a little bit of the elephant in the room, but just for some context, there was I guess when I was in the group, because I was not familiar with any of this stuff, so I'm just trying to gain some knowledge. There's your breakdown for each one of them. So one of the things, there was a little bit of controversy with this wave, and I don't want to dig into that. I do want to dig into a byproduct of that. Okay, because I know we've had this conversation a couple times on the show, and a lot of times it come off as like somebody's just on a soapbox, or just trying to say shit. And it's like, I think it's cool to address it when it happens, because that way everybody's on the same page, no pun intended, and you kind of see what's going on. So let's take the part of what everybody knows happened, take that part out of it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I said, I think it's very interesting that we'll just say the situation happened, correct? And then, let's just glaze over it. So something happened with this release, and there was feedback given from the group, and please stop me if I'm wrong. There was feedback given because they have a direct line with the people that run the company, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So something happened, an issue was brought up to the attention, and pretty much in real time, the issue was corrected. I'm on the right track so far, right? Right. So afterwards, there was a bunch of conversation, and since the company that was in there was producing it, they said, "Oh, well, let's send out some clarification." And so they explained the position and the reason for the change. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Right. So then what happened is there was more questions, and then the company again, they went through and they elaborated more. Right? Right. So I think I counted like 4 times that they did this. Did we lose him? Yeah, I was checking. Yeah. So now that we're all caught for speed, do you just want me to go on it or no? I felt bad for these guys. I'll just say it. And I'll take the hit for this. I did. Like I said, cutting out whatever the issue was, I just felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
I know this gets brought up a lot, but in the community, there's always this talk about we want more communication. We want to know why. We want to know what's going on. And then when a company does it 4 times, it doesn't resolve the issue. At least that was my impression. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's weird that a company has to explain themselves 4 times. I felt bad for them. I know why they did it, and I'm not saying that they were in the wrong, whatever, whether the design that they had initially or whether they changed it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about like the fact that there's always this issue of communication being brought up, and then once it's done, you can see the end result. And that's why I've said before in the past, it's both sides, community and the company. The company did their part. They communicated, right? Whether you like the message or not, or the decision. Now it goes on to the community and how you respond to it. No?
I mean, I know we're on the same page as far as how this went down because we talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I don't. Such a hard. I'll be a dick. I don't care. It seems like there's a group of negative people that bounce around from group to group because I've seen them in other groups and they bring their negativity and they bitch about this. They, here we go. Quit bitching. Say it, Cory. Drop that hashtag. And no matter what they say or what they do, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. These people are always going to be negative, whether it's the best figure ever, the worst figure ever, if it's shipped tomorrow or shipped 6 months from now. And too much communication, not enough communication. It literally is the same people that I've seen in. I'm not even going to name. Everybody knows. People know these names, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't need a target. But it's just sad. Like Cory, and I know he's dropped out. Cory said it best. He gets on the groups to get away from life and have a good time, talk about things he loves, and not be in a group filled with negative assholes all the time that want to bitch about everything and complain. He wants to see what people are enjoying their line, what they're excited to get or what they're excited to see, not what they're pissed off about. And I feel the same way about it.
And again, not trying to like poke on anybody or say anything. I personally think that company handled that whole situation. I don't see how they could have done it any better. I personally, like I said, whatever my personal feelings are about whatever the issue was, I think that's separate. I'm just talking about as far as how a company sees something and they fix it in real time. And I was impressed with that. I don't have anything about them at all. I think that they couldn't have handled it better. Like, Cece, what do you think, or do you want to talk about it at all, or no?
Yeah, you and I, we've kind of talked before. I feel like 4-H has been so good. They almost spoil their fans with the access that they provide. Yeah. And it's kind of a shame that you almost see that get abused. And at some point, they just decide to turn away from it. Because I think that's what ends up happening. Because you just kind of you wore out. And they did such a great job of getting ahead of it and putting their story out there. And then they said, hey, this is our statement. This is what we have to say about it. They didn't just leave it up for people to draw their own conclusions. Mm-hmm. But even though they did, people still drew their own conclusions. And it just goes to show you that, people say they want communication, but at the end of the day, they just want to be told what they want to hear. If you don't tell them what they want to hear, they're not trying to hear that. Right? They didn't want to hear what 4-H had to say. They just, drew their own conclusions and ran with it. And that group got pretty unbearable for that weekend.
Yeah.
We were all praying for post-approval by the end of those couple days. For Christ's sake, sometimes you got to kind of muffle it the best you can.
Yeah, and that's the that's the sad part about it, because I know that there's post approval in certain groups for certain reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so those things don't get out of hand. Because I'll be honest with you, it goes into that. I went into that group, and like I said, I enjoy the Four Horsemen. I have had nothing but positive experience with them, and I can separate group stuff from company stuff. Like I said, I don't think they could have handled that situation any better than what they already did. But when I went in there and I was like, oh, I don't know a lot about this line. And if I go in there, and this is not a group versus group thing either, that's high school shit. I'm talking about an experience. So I went in there and I was trying to find information, or like, which one should I get? Which one would be hard? And honestly, it took it out of me. I didn't even want to order anything, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Now there's enough days and stuff like that, and I'll probably like detox myself and just say, I couldn't even take my own advice and say scroll past the post, because it was just constant.
It was.
And I totally get it. I totally get it, because it is a hot topic for some people.
Yeah.
But I think I looked at it from a different point of view. I just looked at it as people said that they wanted communication. You had a company over explaining something. Personally, for me, they would have because those posts that they gave were very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The reasons why they chose initially what they did, why they made the changes, and they apologized. That's it.
And they
don't
also
need to do
their money
once.
back. Like, if you don't like the change that we made, please contact us. We'll give you your money back right away.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was, it was a big deal for some, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which, bravo. Like they did everything right. I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, and so again, context where we are now, and then transitioning from that. I don't want it to be where I'm saying Mythic Legions group, because that's not the case. It's across all groups: Mezco groups, Mythic Legions, Hasbro, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Marvel Legends. It's all the same thing, and that's what I'm bringing up with the communication part of it. Because if you really think about it in context, this company rolled out a pre-order. There was something wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then the community gave them instantaneous feedback. And they made a change in real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they explained the change. And then the backlash still happened.
Yeah.
Right? And they apologized for it. I get why they apologize, because you're trying to show the intention that wasn't the intention to do that. But I just think like 4 times I was like, God, that's part of the, like I said, the collecting community as a whole. I think that we need to like recognize, acknowledge it, and then also figure out a way to learn from it. Because this example is something not negative, but is a positive. Can you imagine this just taking away the bad part about it, all the backlash? But if you have a company where we just talked about the digital renders, how everybody complains about that kind of stuff? Oh, it's a digital render, right? Let's say the company said, hey, 1 or 2 months time before we actually put up a solicitation, we'll do this digital render. 1 or 2 months before we're going to actually put out the pre-order, right? And we're going to showcase it to the community. We're going to get feedback, and we're going to make changes to it before we put the pre-order out. Maybe have some digital renders and stuff like that. But you're giving collectors, like they just did, in real time, an opportunity to kind of fine-tune an offering so they can get the best possible product, not only for the company, but for the customer as well.
Yeah.
And that's one thing they did too. They showed the updated parts for that figure. You could tell it was like it was either a quick resin print that they slapped on it, or a 3D molded, like a digital render. But that was, like you said, it was the communication was unreal.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I got a question for you, Paige. Do you think their communication made it better than it would have been, or do you think it would have been the same regardless? So I guess what I'm saying is, is the communication even worthwhile? Or is it just kind of white noise?
No, I think it's good. I'm hoping that's not what people are getting out of what I'm saying. I think they did a fantastic job, and they couldn't have handled it any better. I'm using it more as an example of like, because there's always this thing brought up like with Mezco, but with other companies too. Like we want you to communicate with us, and I've said this before. So when you have this real life example where they weren't they were kind of proactive and reactive in a good sense. They saw the mistake, they fixed it in real time.
Yeah.
And when you see that open line of communication and the correction that was made, but it still didn't satisfy, that's where I think it falls on the community to better handle those things.
Yeah.
You may not agree with the company, like whatever it was. I wanted it red, other people wanted it purple. It's personal preference, but they're making the decision for the community as a whole and what will help them as a business. And it doesn't look good on the community if you say you want communication and then they give it to you 4 times.
Yeah.
And then it didn't resolve anything. I know it resolved stuff for a certain number of people. I'm not saying the whole community. I'm pretty sure that there were pockets of people that make sense, appreciate it. I saw that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that, as a company, could you honestly, I mean, and it's obvious because if they put post approval on, could you honestly, and I've talked about that before too, a company doesn't want to go through and read negative stuff. They want constructive criticism. They want feedback.
Right.
So could you honestly tell me that looking through not just that group, but any group that we've ever talked about, could you say that honestly that would be feedback that they want to go through and they want to see?
Right.
I just don't. My thing is they've made up their mind. They've changed it. They made the change, and all those people that are arguing and bitching, thinking it's gonna you guys are right. We're gonna change it back now. They're not gonna go back. Like, shut up, move on, let it go. Don't order it.
And I don't want to make it. Yeah, that too, but I don't want to make it seem like harping on the communication part. That's part of it, but it's to also show the fact that, and I've said it before, like collectors, they have a lot more power than what they realize. If you just take that part, cut that part off. They announced something, people said they didn't like it, and they changed it. Can you imagine if you had that kind of like solid foundation of communication or constructive criticism or feedback with the company? You know how many times have we seen like a Mezco pre-order go up and somebody say, Superman, how about that? Let's say they showed that and everybody looked at that and they said, you know what, we don't like that. Let's say an overwhelming consensus said that they didn't like the way that symbol looked. They've done this before. They did it with Wolverine. They did it with Nightmare Batman. In real time, they said, you know what? Okay, we're going to make this change.
Yeah.
But so can you imagine if you had if there was that good rapport between collectors, and I know it's a Shangri-La kind of like Kumbaya thing, but can you imagine that? And you could change that stuff like real time?
Yeah.
You know how people are talking about the spirits of vengeance? That was such a big thing, right? What if you had a good relationship with them and they knew that it was going to get backed and people said, you know what, we just, the price is just way too much, and not what they did or what people kept doing.
Yeah.
And what if they could make decisions like that? We don't like the flames on this. We want this figure. You know what I mean? If you had a good relationship with the company, some of those changes could happen. Just like Mythic Legion showed that they can change things on the fly. They did that quick, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think when somebody says, not somebody, but when people say companies need to communicate with you more, this is the prime example. Yeah, they do need to answer your question. She said they do need to communicate more. But the community, they have to give them a reason to communicate. Because why would you want to communicate after all the stuff that you just saw?
Yeah,
that's what I've always been saying. Yeah.
You have to be willing to accept the message that you're given.
Yeah. So, not to harp on that, but I just saw that. I was like, man, that's something you just got to talk about because
it was ugly. Like, we talked to. I'm not shy away from it. And I know I'm just one person, but I wanted to leave the group. It was so nasty this weekend. I almost did.
I get it. It's frustrating, but the thing is like I really think that you can learn from these kinds of things. Like this is something that could say, okay, well, when this happens next time, you just take these kind of things and you learn from it. But when it happens over and over again, I would think that some companies would look at collectors and go, these guys are bipolar. They want us to do this, we do it, and then it doesn't work. What kind of message are you like? That's what I mean. Like, collectors have more power than they understand. Like, you could sit there and say, we're not buying this. Groups, can you imagine that in a group? If everybody's kind of like coordinated, it's like a union or something like that, and everybody didn't like the price, and they said, you know what? We need to band together and just say, hey, we're not good with these prices. Marvel Legends, the community, that's so much bigger. That would be so much more effective if they had this little subgroup and said, we're not buying today. We're making a stand on this pricing. We don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to buy this whole wave. That says more than a bunch of people screaming at them. I just think that these are the times when you look at certain things, these certain situations, and you can learn from them a lot more than just keep regurgitating the same thing over and over again, like I've been doing for the last 20 minutes. Anyway, I think they're great. And I can't tell you how well they handled that whole situation.
Yeah.
It's a lot of patience on their part.
Their accessibility is unprecedented.
Yeah. Well, that too, would you, if you were another company and you saw that kind of accessibility and you were just looking out from a fishbowl, would that change your mind about opening the lines of communication? And they have a pretty good fan base too, right? Like everybody, the collective thought process with it, that's a great group and that's a great organization. They are. But do you know what I mean? Like if you're just outside looking in, and again, it's not just Mythic Legions, it's Mezco, it's everybody else. Somebody's gonna go, oh, he's picking on Mythic Legions. No, it's every group. Every group does it. Yeah. Mezco included.
You know, Mythic Legions has their own con and they sell out a whole hotel, and you know, they have a big following.
And a very positive following.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can see how it kind of like it spills over and it gets run over. And that's it. It's in all groups. All groups do it.
And I think, you know, like I think a big part of it is like what I said earlier. It's the same names that are like locusts. They like flock from group to group and bring their negativity. And I mean, I've seen them in countless groups and seen them leave those groups, be it by choice or administrative reasons. But it's that silent or that loud minority versus a silent majority.
CC, do you think there's a way that you could like, or people or groups in general, that they could like talk to like companies, and is there like a way to do it that's balanced for everybody? You think?
I mean, I think we've talked all the time about, you know, how you should approach things, you know, constructively. The problem is, you know, deep down, I think some people, that's not what they're there for. Right? It's that old Batman thing where some just want to see the world burn, right? Like some guys, they just can't wait for all they need is just a little spark of negativity, and they're just there to fan the flame, right? That's literally all they want to do, and that's what they came there for. And once they see that chink in the armor, they're just on it. And kind of like MC was saying, a lot of times you see the same, you know, guys that are doing that, and that's what they're there for, you know. And I guess if that's what you get off on, okay, but you know, that's not what I'm there for. But obviously, there are people that they're all about the negative side of collecting, and you know, they like to see that type of destruction in groups. When that's not what I'm there for.
And I know I've mentioned that before too. There's a distinction between being negative and then also having constructive like criticism. I read a bunch of posts, very informative posts, and I'll dip my toe in that one. The issue that was there, I wasn't fully aware of all of it. But I was educated because I read different points of view, as well as people that pointed out facts So I'm getting educated through this, and then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? This is somebody that's on the internet. They may be credible, but let me go do my own research off of what
Yeah.
some of the stuff that they said. And I went and I looked at some of it. I didn't want to dive too deep because I was like, dude, this is like Toyz. I really don't want to like ruin this stuff even anymore, even though it may be important to somebody. I was like, this is just getting way too deep. I don't want to be part of that. But there's a difference between like being negative and then just saying, hey, this is something that I found, and I'm bringing it to your attention to see if you make a choice about it. But I mean, when you look at like boards and listings or comments and stuff like that, can you tell the difference between negativity and constructive criticism? I mean, is it discernible to you? Like,
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
all right,
For sure.
yeah, they can't win, but
Yeah.
you know what? I think they can. I think, like I said, I think it takes both parties. I think it takes companies being transparent and communicating like they did, and then I think it takes a community to open up and take that message. You may not like the message, or you may not agree with whatever the decision is, and then maybe talking to them privately or sending them an email or something like that. And you know what I mean? But like you said, I think there's a lot of times people are just like, hey, look at what I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because there were multiple posts, I'll cut that. But it just got to a point where it was like there wasn't anything that was getting resolved.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And speaking of resolve, we'll just resolve this and move on. But that Mezco Con, I saved the
What's
best for
up,
last.
Paige?
It's Mezco Con. They've changed it a few times, but Mezco Con is their running event that goes in with SDCC. They are going to start doing. They're going to start announcing. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm trying to buy you time. You can pull
Oh,
it out.
you did.
Yeah, that's
Well, you know, it's funny. It was in reverse. I actually was pulling it up and talking about it, but it wasn't even up on the screen. Booyah! So Mezco Con, this coincides with SDCC. I guess they have their own branding because this has been different stuff too. This has been like summer edition, fall edition, but Mezco Con is going to be running side by side with San Diego Comic Con.
Will Mezco be at San Diego Comic Con, Paige?
It
Last year they
seems
did
like
that.
so.
Yes.
They were last year, and from the booth layout, what I saw online, they will be there.
Yay.
Yay! So this is going to be a. It sounds like they'll. It sounds like they'll be doing a dual kind of event like they did before.
Okay.
We touched on some of this before. So they'll have online stuff, and then they'll have in-person stuff too. So they'll have their displays, and from the way this looks, it looks like they'll be having exclusives.
Paige, didn't
Now,
we talk about Death Dealer being double jointed elbows last time? Thanks
yeah,
to ECC and put a lot of rumors to rest.
yeah. That's what's good about seeing this stuff because you get to see it. You get to see it in. You get to see it right then and there. So we're going to see a lot of the stuff that's probably on the docket. Stuff that's within the pre-order queue. I'm hoping we see Gotham by Gaslight Batman.
Oh, please don't do that to me.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. But someone, I had a couple people message me. Some were kind, some weren't. But I had mentioned that it was 42 days, and a lot of people said no, they're doing reveals. They are doing reveals next week, and we even talked about this on the show a couple times. I said that they were probably going to be doing multiple exclusives, and bam, look at that, multiple exclusives. There they go. So that has been confirmed.
Do you think, and I don't know if it's in your show notes or not, I'm not speculating because I've been, the Dragonfly kind of occupied my week too. That we will have a pre-order starting on the 14th of June? Or do you think we're just going to get teases?
They've had a history of showing the con exclusives and putting them up for pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
They've done that in the past. So that's always a possibility. The thing is that those con exclusives that came out before San Diego, they were not available until after the con. So, if you think about it, it's really cool because traditionally when you go to a con, you had to get your friend and bribe them and pay them a bunch of money and shit like that because you would only get uh con exclusives going to the con. And now these companies, they know that they can sell them online and stuff like that and offer them. And so this gives you an opportunity. So most likely what will happen is, let's say they put this up for pre-order before July. We wouldn't get it probably till afterwards, most likely. But the people that go to the con, they'll be able to pick this up and they'll be able to get it then.
Man, I hope I have a friend. I can count.
You know, there's always like little placeholders there. There's like those SeatGeek guys.
Yeah. They're like making a run.
Yeah.
DM me for price. Cory looks like he's got like that Cinemax After Dark thing going, you know, and you don't have when you get like scrambled channels that remember in the 90s when you're like, oh, was that a nipple?
He's probably watching it. Yeah. He's probably. Yeah.
This camera keeps bugging.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of like what we talked about before. I mean, this I'm telling you, this is multiple exclusives, and obviously that just doesn't mean that they'll probably just do 112. They have other lines, Living Dead dolls, 5 points, everybody else. So I'm assuming that they're going to be showing multiple exclusives across the line. But I'm telling you, man, I have a feeling they'll probably be giving us more than one 112 exclusive.
Was it, correct me if I'm wrong, was it the Eradicator Hornet the Creator Eradicator?
Yes.
Was it just the one that we had that was SDCC exclusive last year, like Mezcon exclusive? Am I right?
Yeah,
wrong?
So they had Eradicator.
Uh-huh.
And then 5 points, they had a Godzilla.
That's right.
It was like a blue one that you could only get there.
Mm-hmm.
There was another Godzilla, and then they also had the Sin City figures.
That's right.
So you got Nancy, Marv, yeah.
They had like 3 Marvs. They had like one in a chair, one
was like kind of walking on the street.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is they gave you limited edition posters. They're all numbered.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't think a lot of people know about that. So yeah, and also traditionally what they've done in the past is it seems to be teasing that they're coming hard. Yeah, I told you. I can't wait to see if they all offer next week. I really want to see Gotham by Gaslight too. I do too. I think that that's something that they might be able to show at the con, and which would be cool because that's a figure that got pushed back, but we haven't really seen that one. So these ones that are on the list, I think that those are ones we'll see, and I really think that we're going to be seeing stuff that we haven't seen yet too.
I want to see that glider for Gotham by Gaslight a lot. Like that's the thing that, you know, we've seen the figure. We've seen the books and stuff like that. That glider, seeing that like actual in physical form, I'm really excited for that. Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah. I am too. I think that's going to be a good one, man. I can see them.
Green Goblin? I remember Spider-Man was there. Did they have the Green Goblin in that at San Diego Comic-Con?
No.
Okay.
No, they didn't. So let's really quick go since he's not here.
Sorry if I'm jumping ahead on you.
No, that's good because the pre-order. Let me just go to the folder. And so another big thing with this too, like with this exclusive, I was thinking about this as well. It says multiple exclusive. Like I said, could be across a bunch of lines, but they've also had a history of doing licensed property too. Like remember when they had Moon Knight? That's you know. And then they had Gordon, you know, and then they throw in their own IP in there as well too. So I'm telling you, I think the way that they've been wording this stuff, I think people really need to get ready. They really do. And also, if you go back through the show, all the stuff that we just talked about, Dragonfly is going to be charging. And I don't know if I put it in here or not, but we're jumping forward, but we'll jump backward here in a second. But there was other stuff that I saw too, like they had that Jada Toyz exclusive, the Evil Ryu,
and Akuma.
I you know what? I think it's just Evil Ryu. I think I called that one wrong. I have the picture.
Star Wars Black Series is supposed to unveil their HasLab as well at like around SDCC as well.
Wow.
So or not Black Series. I'm sorry, the Vintage Collection. So there's a lot of money going out in July.
Mm-hmm. So if you look at this pre-order, the stuff that's still available, some of these, I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll see them again, like Leatherface, Morbius. You know, we saw some of these. They'll still have them, and it's close to the time, so we'll probably be seeing that just as like filler. But some of these we haven't seen yet. Gotham by Gaslight, Doctor Doom. I think we saw Silent Hill. We saw the Justice League. We didn't see Green Goblin. We didn't see this in a prototype form yet. We haven't seen Turtles. So if you look at these
Robin
things, if you look at these that they have coming, we saw Roblox, Snake Eyes. We haven't seen Fantastic Four, Power Rangers, Dick Tracy. Oh yes, please. But if you look at the rest of these on the slot, if they get prototypes for those, you know, they could showcase those. So there's going to be stuff. I just feel like it's going to be a pretty good showing. And I really think there's going to be multiple exclusives across multiple lines. Be ready.
I have that 5-point Scooby-Doo set there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of 5-point stuff that I'm still waiting for that horror one that they have. That was supposed to come out.
The monster, like the classic monsters.
Yeah. I would love to see a Flash 3-pack Keaton Supergirl. Yeah. I'm wondering if they're waiting to see how well that movie goes.
That movie is... Did you watch Spider-Verse yet? I know you've been busy.
No, I haven't.
Jesus.
I've heard it's the best Spider-Man movie ever.
It's probably one of the best superhero movies ever. It's so good.
You might like be patient with that thing. Yeah, this is another good... I've done this a couple times too. So usually in order to kind of like fulfill the excitement, because it's going to be over 5 or 6 days preview night. Yeah. So they'll showcase stuff, and then what they'll do is they'll put pre-order up, and even if they start doing pre-order stuff next week or whatever, don't shoot your wad on, CC caught that one up. Don't shoot your wad on. I know you came right when I said shoot your wad.
And here's the money check.
But yeah, like Husky was talking about, if they do multiple reveals, don't get caught up in, I'm gonna buy 10 of this first one. Remember, kind of space yourself out. So, CC, you're back. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I too am on call.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, minor emergency at work, but we got it resolved.
Good.
We were talking about the multiple reveals and possible pre-orders that are going to be coming within the next couple weeks, and how SDC sees some of the stuff that we, hear in this pre-order. I would expect that they probably take some of this stuff that we haven't seen, and they'll probably be shoving those in the booths along with some of this other stuff that's coming soon. And about
Dr.
how
Doom.
all I know. I really hope they show that for you, man.
Dr. Doom.
Yeah, that thing is gonna. Yeah. Looks good.
Figure of the year.
Wow. What is it? Hold on. Yeah, it's still slotted. You could still make the timeline. Man. September. Yeah. You've already crowned him. Go ahead and crown him.
Yeah.
Crown him.
He is who he thought he was.
He's gonna take the crown off that LeBron James Mythic Legion that we saw.
Yeah, I forgot to load that on there. I was gonna say this is the Mythic Legion.
That's All-Star 6 right there.
Yep. If they would have made that, I would have bought it.
Who would be his squire?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or gesture.
Kyrie Irving.
I heard that they might be trying to team up. Oh no, he asked him to come to Dallas, and he said, "I'll think about it." Well,
he asked LeBron to come to Dallas.
Yeah, he's like, "Why don't you come over to Dallas?" And he's like, "I'll think about it."
Some Mark Cuban money.
Could you imagine LeBron and Luka on the court together though? Luka is a monster, man. But I don't know if there's enough basketballs on the court for both of them.
all three of them. All three of them. Can you imagine that? Kyrie likes to shoot, man.
Yes, he does.
So yeah, you know I like to bring everything full circle.
Uh-oh.
So all the great toys that we've been talking about tonight, Legions, Joe stuff, Mezco stuff, you have all these little things that are going to be scattered around too. And that's why I said this is a financial beatdown. This looks so cool, man. I remember the show. But Alf, that's supposed to be a comic Cosmic Con convention exclusive.
Are those sockets, looks like, on them?
Yeah, the shirt. Yeah.
Good old Gordon Shumway.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what his last name was. Yeah.
You remember what he likes to eat?
Cats.
Yep. So yeah, this one, Evil Ryu. I called that wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, here you go. This will be your exclusive. I'm wondering if they're going to be offering this online or not. I don't know if anybody knows.
Is that Jada Toys?
Mm-hmm. So this is that one with this is the one we just saw with the boards.
Yeah, I thought that was Akuma from the back.
I did too. And I look at these effects, man. So if you have somebody in Cali, you better make sure you start making arrangements with them now.
Better get their Christmas card ready.
Mm-hmm.
Send it early.
Yeah.
That looks dope.
And then they have
this is the price on the Jada Toys exclusive?
I didn't see one.
What's your guess? $24.99 for the retail figures. What do you think the exclusive will go for?
It's got a lot of stuff.
I'd pay $40 for that. Look at all the stuff you get.
Yeah. $150 on the secondary market.
Yeah, good man. That's another thing. That's going to lead us into our next conversation. I'm not trying to make it, but yeah, I don't know. What do you, MC? What would you pay for this? What would you, NCC? What would you guys pay?
I'm not in that line. I got enough stuff. I think with all those accessories though, on the store or at SDCC.
Let's say you had an opportunity to get it online. They offered it online.
They're $25, aren't they normally? So this one's deluxe. I'd say probably $40. Yeah. I think $15 markup. That's fair.
Is that a digital render? Everybody keeps knocking digital renders. Don't knock digital renders. We could be changing stuff.
Wait, that's a digital render. $25.99. I'll mark it.
CC, what about you? What would you pay?
I think $40 sounds about right. Just based on their current pricing.
Yeah.
I still think they're priced out pretty cheap compared to other lines, though.
Oh yeah. And just when we thought we were content, SHF decides to throw in their hat.
We're still content.
Their fedora. I'm pretty sure this will bother CC.
Man.
I can't unsee it now that you showed me.
Yeah. That's what they did to me. Yeah.
This looks really good. And then I wasn't trolling them, but I was honestly wondering how much I think it is I think they said that the shirt, the jacket, and the arms are swappable, and that's how you get this look.
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to troll them. I asked them like legitimately. I was like, "How deep are you guys gonna go into the line?" Oh, I did do it! Best Mythic Legions ever. Ever.
You getting that one? You got that one?
Yeah, this is a custom head, but I would pay for this. Look how regal he is.
Wouldn't
very accurate headline or hairline there.
What's the didn't they make a LeBron figure though? Like was it SH or was it Mafex?
Mafex made it. They have the Space Jam one, they have the Laker one. And then there's there's the Inner Bay ones and stuff like that.
Yeah. You want me 3D printing one page?
No.
You have to paint it.
I'm glad that I suck at skin tones. I wouldn't be able to do it. Let me put this down real quick we talked about all of this stuff, right? and we see all of this stuff coming out, this will be the last topic that we talk about. Because I'm very interested in this, and I'm hoping that bringing this up will kind of also. I didn't make the thing, but I guess I can say it since we're after 7 minutes. So this segment is called "The Price is Wrong, Bitch." So Mezco Con is coming up. There's going to be a lot of exclusives, plural, just with Mezco, right? We already established that, and they've done a pretty good job at just offering exclusives online to kind of. CC, I don't know if you were here for that, but you know how you used to only be able to get this stuff at conventions and everything.
Yeah.
Now they're offering online, which honestly saves you what? Buying a ticket there, airfare, hotel, buying passes for however many days, waiting in line. And I'm not pitching for aftermarket pricing. I'm just trying to paint a complete picture for everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
So now because of this, God forbid for any of these companies that it's going to be a convention only exclusive, because Mezco did it with the Godzilla, but nobody really thinks about that. But God forbid any of these companies do a convention only exclusive. But the thought did cross my mind. So my question is, taking into consideration everything that I listed off, right, and not trying to promote aftermarket pricing, what do you guys feel is a reasonable additional charge to add to some kind of convention exclusive? Any kind of like taken into consideration. So let's just throw a roundabout number, right? And I'd love to hear what you guys think in the chat. So let's say the convention exclusive was $100. What do you guys feel would be fair, considering all the things that you or
If
the
it's
other person
only offered at the convention,
let's do some foreplay. Let's say it's available online. You missed it for whatever reason, and they're selling it also there. Guy can get it for you, but you didn't have the opportunity. What would you say is a fair price for something that would be offered at both? We'll do the only afterwards. What would you say?
it's tough to say what the right or wrong number is there, because I'm only willing to pay a certain amount, but there are people that are willing to pay any amount possible when there's something that they want, right? So you
Right.
you do genuinely set the market, right? I'm a firm believer in that. I bought a figure today that I've been looking for quite a while now, but I basically said I'm not going beyond this price, and I waited till I found one at that price, and by George, I finally found one today, so I picked it up. So it'd be really tough for me to say, what should be allowed or whatever. We always want to be the gentleman's price. But just to throw it out there to play, if it's $100 figure, I think anything more than like a 25% markup for something that was readily available online, I think it's kind of gouging, right? Because we all know what happens. They buy one extra online or whatever, and then all you did was just beat me to the punch, and your mouse is faster than me.
Yeah.
So I think that's different, right? Because I hate to just encourage people just snatching them up for the sure purpose of just flipping them. We've been in that market before, and I hated it. I hated it. That wasn't a collector-friendly market. So that's what I would say for that, for something that's an online available exclusive.
Do you think with everything that's going on now, like just the economy and everything else, like do you feel like it's even that way now? Like if something drops, it doesn't seem like it's boosted that much anymore. And that's a great thing. But do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think demand has dropped, and I think people have been forced to become more frugal. Because a lot of these figures now, they're selling below retail a lot of times pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Whereas you never saw that before. If you sold any item within the first month of it being released, you were almost guaranteed to at least get your money back. Now, if you're not willing to almost give away part of it, it's going to sit for a minute.
Yeah. So we'll hit MC in a second. So let's say it is a convention only exclusive. Again, not promoting aftermarket retail. We're trying to bring awareness to like what you said,
Mhm.
as a gentleman kind of thing. I don't think I know collectors don't like to be abused by other collectors or used, but I
Mhm.
think that that's something that we can get back to people helping people.
Mhm.
I mean, just because that person helps you doesn't mean that you don't owe them a mark or anything like that. I mean, you
Mhm.
know, it's helping each other. So gentlemanly fair. If it was an only convention exclusive, your friend was there, what would you say would be a fair amount to pay over?
Considering that he had to pay and do all the work to get in there, if
Mhm.
my pay covered the cost of his figure, I would consider that being fair.
So it's not a specific amount. It's just something you'd work out with them, or
Well, like for instance, if it's $100 figure, I wouldn't have any problem paying him $200 and paying for his.
oh yeah, because he went through the whole process and helped you
Yeah,
out.
he did all that work, and then without him, I wouldn't have the opportunity to pick it up, so I
Mhm.
wouldn't have one. And he had to pay all the money to get there, get the ticket, stand in line. All I did was wait for UPS and stare out my window.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because you're helping them out. MC,
Yeah.
what do you think? MC, we do across the board exclusive. Everybody has access to it, but it just sold out or it's not available. And then exclusive.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with Cory. You know, like if it's online, you know, like that elf figure, I think that one's online or something. You know, like 25 to maybe 40% of what the initial cost is, I think is fair. And then like if it was my friend, you know, like I mean, you know, like we kind of take care of each other, you know, like especially
Yeah.
us, you know, like if you know CC was at San Diego Comic-Con, I knew where he flew from, I know what he did. He's standing in line, probably missing some other exclusive just to get me something. I would
Mhm.
say make sure you pick up one for yourself and Venmo him the money. So I think you know buying or reciprocate. You know, like hey, I'm going to get you this before I
Mhm.
go grab this whatever figure, Akuma or Evil Ryu. I'll get you the elf. You know, all right. Well, let me know how much your Ryu is.
Yeah.
I got
Like,
you on that. You know, like I'll say, you know, or just float them extra in the transaction. So I think that's or little extra, you know, and I'd probably throw a little extra for lunch because I know he's hungry after standing in line all that time.
yeah.
That's just
I
me though, because you know, like I know not everybody's like that, and people are going to beat up price gougers, but it's my friend is doing me a solid, so I'm going to do him a solid in return.
yeah, I've never been to I mean we've done MegaCon, but I've never been to a bigger one. And so I just kind of equate it to how it was like if I got like signatures and how long I waited.
Mhm.
And if CC said something like, "Hey man, I want a John Barenthal's signature," and I think about what I had to go through to get that, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like some better avenues to be able to do it, but I would think of it more as like I'm waiting in line like the other people.
Yeah, like if you're at New York City Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, C2,
Yeah,
E2, it's
yeah,
you know MegaCon is big, but it's not compared to those. I mean, those are the big three for the cons. So
yeah. I've been very lucky. I've had a couple people that have gone to cons and they did me solids, man. And I feel bad now because I thought that I was doing a solid back. Like I threw an extra like 20 or $30. And now kind of but that was earlier on in the game.
yeah, I mean,
I didn't know, but now if I would have known, I probably thinking about all the stuff that, people have to go through, I would have probably thrown them more. And like I said, but that's the cool part about community and networking is you have those guys that they just kind of go, oh, no, don't worry about it. Just hook me up later if you want that kind of stuff. So just thought it was interesting. And I
that's,
pray it's not. I pray they don't have a convention only exclusive. God. Ooh, it's
yeah,
like
because
stress.
I mean, look at I know overseas like the Asia goal and stuff. Those always are ridiculously harder for us Americans to get as it is.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if
Yeah.
they did an SDCC exclusive? Gomez, Home
Yeah, God, yeah, that's like, I don't know. I remember when they had Toy Fair, and when Toy Fair, that's when they showed the first Gomez, the Agent Gomez, and they were given it as press packet, and I remember they gave us that, and they gave a Toy Fair Blade. Was it? I think so. Oh God, it's been so long. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. They gave us that, and they gave us Blade. And I remember walking out of yeah, that's what it was. I remember walking out, and some guy showed me on eBay. It hadn't even. We had just gotten the bags, and they showed us on eBay. It was already like $800. I'm like, who? I was like, who even had time to take a picture of this and do this? And so I can't even imagine, like that kind of stuff. That's what's so cool about them allowing us to have access to all this stuff now. Like,
I think they realize. I think there's less and less actual con exclusives. It seems like more, and I think that's because companies are realizing, like if some idiot, no offense, is willing to pay $800 for this figure, we could make 8 more and sell them. Like, or
yeah,
however many more. Like the normal run of, I'll just say 500 Gomez. Pulling. I have no idea what it is, but think of all that money all that meat they're leaving on the bone there, so to speak.
I'd take it personal. If I saw that on there, I'd be like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
I've told people before in the past, I'm like, I like community is a big thing for me, but they see that stuff.
Yeah.
And it only takes them to look at it and go, wait a minute, they're willing to pay $400 for this figure. And then as collectors, we complain about it. We're like, oh, they just raised the price $10.
Yeah.
The company doesn't look like that. The company looks at, you guys are willing to pay $400. What's $10?
Yeah. What were those pink skulls going for at one time? $900 for the OG pink skulls.
And then everybody complained when like the new set came out. It was
The
like
new set dropped.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You guys have been paying $900 for like 5 years. He's like, you get 3 of them right now.
Yeah, with a whole lot more accessories.
New bodies. I was like, that's just crazy. But yeah, I would take it personal. If I looked at it and somebody was paying $800, I'd be like, yeah, let's just make more. Why are these guys making money off of us? Let's make a couple more and then sell them for people that really want them.
Yeah.
That's all I had, guys. 137. See how we condensed all that stuff?
You guys want to see something cool?
Uh-oh. I fell for this once before.
I know. Where he turns to the window and then he comes back in a scary face.
I think I showed it to you. The Indiana Jones, the temple.
Oh, crap. His house is falling.
Yep. There goes the ball.
Right.
Behind you, there's a ball.
I got mine. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, nice. You'll like it.
Guess what I'm thinking about doing?
Opening it?
I think I am going to open it. And I'm thinking about the Indiana Jones Plunderlings crossover.
I love it. Do it.
I only complained about the secondary.
You've got a cursed idol figure that worked really well for that shot.
It's hard to justify.
I do. Hey, I know a guy that's coming to Michigan. Maybe he can swing by for you to borrow it to take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want no part of borrowing that thing. Be just my luck. My dog would get a hold of it.
Did your dog?
Steve, what is this? Steve, do you mean the Unholy Encore? You mean like?
Just ask me something.
Are you the only complaint about the secondary gig from hell because it was hard to justify 2 of the same 2 of the sets? Are you mean getting 2 of the gig from hell, or you mean the gig from hell and the Unholy? There's quite a few differences between the 2 sets. I think I did a markup, didn't I? No, I did. Because I'm that anal.
They came with the bomber jackets versus the leather.
Oh, hold please, sir. Hold please.
Oh wait, is there a page that we can look at this? A site?
No, not this. This isn't the group, but I did save it.
I think you did do a specific post comparing those sets, I think.
Yeah, I did. I put
it was a very nice breakdown, if you will.
Digital asked, who's ready for the Snyder 3-pack?
I am. Because guess what I got today? Guess what I got today?
Got it. He got it. He's. Oh, sorry, I spoiled it, Paige.
What?
That you got it already.
I got the Mafex Cyborg. No, I don't get stuff like that.
This guy?
I can't see it because I'm looking at the thingy. No.
Dude,
Trash.
he's a great
Trash.
picture. Instagram has been blowing up with his shots. People are saying,
they've been some good ones too, right?
yeah, this Reign of Superman line is amazing. I can't. God, Mezco, please make all of them. And
Is
Doomsday.
Mafex doing a Doomsday yet?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I can't.
they've done the regeneration suit, Superman, Cyborg, and Steel. So we're missing Superboy, Doomsday, and the Eradicator.
You have to do Doomsday, don't you? Like, how do you do that line and not do a Doomsday?
You have to have Doomsday. But I want Mezco. You know, we talked about that last week with our Dream figures.
Yeah.
Any?
Confident SDC.
What day is the 14th? Is that Tuesday? Wednesday.
Gig from Hell versus Unholy. I gotta look at the calendar.
Can we try to make a prediction before Wednesday, and then we'll see who was right come Wednesday with the first reveal?
Sure.
In the group.
What's your guess? What's your guess?
Please chat. What do you guys think is coming Wednesday? What are we going to see?
Do
Cory.
you think they'll announce a 112 first, or do you think they'll do the tease kind of stuff where they announce like a 5 points or Living Dead doll first?
Yeah, I don't think they'll kick it off with 112.
Really? On the 14th, you don't think they will?
No. I think we're going to get one of the monsters the first day.
The scary, creepy dolls?
What do they call it? The one that the Godzilla, the new line?
The Kaiju collection.
Yes.
Oh, you think they'll do another month? I was thinking they did a what was it? A movie and I guess date specific version of that. Because if you look at that Godzilla, it's different than the one that they showed at SDCC, I think. And so you're probably right, man. They're probably I can't find it.
Let's say they're doing 112 though. Who would you guys pick is going to be our reveal?
Dick Tracy. Just kidding.
Another Dick Tracy?
Yeah, I don't know. Just who would I want? I don't know. What CC, what about you? What do you?
A 112 reveal that I could see them coming. Something Spider-Man related.
Mm-hmm.
They've been real hot on that lately. Potentially a classic Vulture, maybe.
Ooh.
Oh.
God dang, that's a good one, dude.
That was really good.
Got to kind of continue on that Sinister Six route, don't they?
Yeah.
I wonder how they would do Sandman.
Out of Connect Sand. You get a little jar of Connect Sand.
The kinetic sand. I have like 8 bags of that stuff.
Have they ever teased a Kraven at any point?
No.
Has Mezco?
Yeah.
Not that I know. No. That video game's coming out and they tease Kraven in that. Well, they didn't tease
Aren't
Kraven.
They supposed to be having a movie too? Or is it a TV show for Kraven?
Movie.
I have no idea. Yeah, there's a movie I saw that was coming out. Yeah. That would make a nice little coincide. Dude,
CM Brock, don't play with my heart like that.
So I'm going Spider-Man villain. Can I be my final answer? A Spider-Man villain.
I can't find this thing. I know I have it because I saved it.
My heart wants to say Gomez because we haven't had a Gomez in a long time. It's been Union Gomez in October. Non-Rumble Society though. I'll go with. Oh man, it's so hard not to go with Spider-Verse, like you said. But I'll go something different.
Please don't let it be Star Wars.
No, good no. I'll go with what I always say anyway, and the CM Brock said, Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny's coming.
Wow, can you imagine if they showed that?
Dude, my head would explode. You'd be looking for a third person next week.
Jeez, man, that would
It's not
be
life support right now.
that would be huge.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find the breakdown that I did on that. It's on my phone. My
I would
other
like to see
phone.
a Miles also, a new Miles.
I mean, yeah, I think they're really good about like looking at figures and saying, you know what, we should try to redo that over again. And, you know, they did it with Superman. They've done it with other stuff.
If they dropped a Joe, do you think it would be a GI Joe or a Cobra member?
What are we on now? Firefly, so it would be a Joe member, right? You would think, right?
Yeah.
I know there were differences, and I thought they're hard about the Unholy. Yeah, but that Unholy set is also, it was pretty limited. I think it sold out really quick, and then there were. I think you're in the group. See, I'll send you once I find the breakdown I did on it. I'll send it to you because I can't search it on this phone for some reason. My other stuff.
They haven't teased a Duke yet, have they?
No.
No.
Or a Cobra Commander.
Or
a
Smash Face Flint. Maybe they'll do that. It's like working. They have a cloak ready to turn that bad boy into the nightmare version. Nice.
Love it.
You know, Mezco is a big DC fan and a lot of Batman. So yes, I'm sure we will see a new Batman from the Flash drop. Wow. So this is a very interesting concept. Man, that Destro looks good. What if they what if they showed a Keaton Batman from the new movie?
Not again.
The world would
not again. We just recovered. Not again. Too soon.
What if they showed a seamless Keaton Batman from the new movie?
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
Repack. It's just a new head.
What if they showed a Keaton Batman not on a seamless body? What if they did that? Huh? Yeah?
Is there a new movie coming out or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've heard of one. Yeah, I was wondering about
like DC until 2025.
Paige, you mentioned to the guys that Gomez thought I had a Mezco Full Horseman's crossover that makes the good nightmare. Yeah, I remember you had mentioned that before. They did that. CC knows about that collab that they're doing because of Doom. I can't wait to see that. But Steve was telling me about this. He thinks it would be cool if they had a collaboration with Four Horsemen, and it was like I like the name too. Goodnight Gomez. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Mezco did another Justice League 3-pack. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do it. The Cyborg now, because it's so like out of the window and they're upheaving that whole universe now, and it's like even if they did like a single version, would people really want it? Look at this Death Roach. Chameleon. Everybody says like Indiana Jones. I've seen a lot of people talk about Gomez. I've seen a lot of people talk about a Cowboy Gomez. I've seen people that's like some of the highly most wanted stuff.
Think Mezco could ever get the Terminator license?
Oh,
how would you do it though?
A 112 Arnold.
Mm-hmm. Look at that, Lord of the Rings made with the Four Horsemen.
Oh.
Comment of the night.
I
would die if I saw this at SDCC. You know, like if they showed this either online or if they showed it at the show, a Green Hornet 2-pack with like
Kato.
You don't even have to. Yeah, you don't even have to make it Bruce Lee. You could just, it's a masked guy.
You can do it. You can do like they did Dick Tracy. They didn't do Warren Beatty's face. Just do it based on the classic comic.
Yeah.
White Power Ranger. Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you got to read that a certain way.
Well, I was struggling through it. Ranger? It's
I got Dave
question.
Chappelle in my
And he got me too. He put the question mark. He's like, Paige is gonna read that. Paige will read whatever's on that teleprompter.
I got Dave Chappelle saying that in my head.
Oh man.
I remember the breakdown. That's why I almost brought the unholy set too. Yeah. Oh gosh, man. Oh, what was the one that I saw that I was like, oh, so this is a question seriously I have, right? Is there a really huge Lord of the Rings following where, like, if they did do that, you think a lot of people would buy it? Like Lord of the Rings, if Mezco did it?
I think so.
I see a lot of people say it.
I think there's a big enough following of that thing. Certainly.
Don't they have a line out? Don't they? Like, didn't they? Or they had a line that did pretty well, I think.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people got the horses and stuff like that, and then the Sauron. Like, I've seen a bunch of those. I was looking through some others. Okay, here we go. Ooh, with all of the med stuff and all the little cases and everything that they do. Yeah, I personally want to see this. I think they could do it.
That would be amazing.
I think they'd have to do it in a set. Huh?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, do you want it in a box set or?
Yeah, I don't think that you could do those separate.
Yeah,
here's your Mezco has lab.
Yeah,
had the mystery machine and everything.
I saw somebody mention that the other day. It was a good talking point. It just didn't really gain traction like it should have. But like somebody asked, like if they did a Mezco HasLab, would people back it? And if you did, what would you want? I was like,
yeah, what would you do? Would you do something Gomez related, or would you try to capture a wider? Like, I'm not saying that, like I'm looking at the whole line and the license versus their IP stuff. Probably want something that would go across the board, maybe.
I think that they should stick to their own IP. Because there's a loyal fan base for it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do like a Hazard Squad Commander, like small vehicle, don't go big,
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's pricing and everything like that. We see it in all the comments. Everybody, if you go over like 250, that's when people start wilting, because it is a hard economy. So stick to like a smaller vehicle, like some kind of like motorcycle or some kind of sled cycle or something, or something
What if
small.
they did one of those bigger creatures that like Atticus conjures or something?
I would I would. Would you?
I'm a shill. Of course I would.
I have a hard time saying no.
It's true. I've
been better though.
I've been on drinking. You say no.
Yeah. It's like the S word for me. I don't like that word.
Safe word?
No. Yeah, the aftermarket pricing person.
Oh.
I don't like the S word. I don't like that. Most of those S words I don't like. That shill stuff, all that. That is. You gotta think of some new words. Reusing those bud words. I don't even see them anymore. That's what's kind of cool about it.
Price.
Oh, you'll see them now. You used it.
Yeah.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Thanks, Boba. Yeah, that would be a good one too. Cornboy buys almost every Mezco. He'd be game. Yeah, I think I saw an article where he said he was really excited about this upcoming project that he had with him.
Who's Cornboy?
The guy in the Mythic Legions. I don't know what his proper title is, but that's been
One
shelved.
of the 4 horsemen.
Yeah, that's been shelved. This Batmobile idea that was shelved, and it's probably not going to get out for a while.
Like Black Widow shelved.
Oh man, I can list some other ones. That Captain Kirk, Trouble with Tribbles, McCoy.
We still haven't seen those Planet of the Apes yet either. That they teased a while ago.
Not yet. I'm pretty sure those are coming. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not like a Robin Hood. You remember where they did that Robin Hood
Yeah.
From the movie with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Never saw. I thought they were doing Black Widow. I thought the reason why they pushed that back was not only because of the movie, but I thought they were going to put that on the Seamless body.
Did you see somebody knocking Spider-Gwen in the groups? Like, how can you
but
it's not
a
even
prototype.
out? Yeah,
It's
it's
a
not even out
prototype.
yet. It's digital renders. Like,
Yeah, this is a good idea. You could start a little bit smaller too, like he said, like you said with Duke and stuff like that. But you have little jetpacks for the Hazard Squad.
that's it. Yeah, that's a great. Get that
No, yeah, no, there wasn't a picture of Black Widow. What they did, it was in a Toy
logo?
Fair catalog, and it was a double page, and you open it and it said Black Widow. They didn't show any prototypes or any renders for that one. It was just Black Widow. White Power Ranger? Oh, Paige was talking about white power. He think Legion's a white power and all that other stuff. He's racist.
Full circle.
Yeah. Oh, all right, cool. Oh, well, that's all I had. You guys got anything?
That's all
I'm
I got,
enjoying
fellas.
Loving that Destro. That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
I got to open freeze. I busted him out for like a second and had to put him back. I got to open him.
Mm. Arise, Serpentor, arise.
Oh, go figure.
He's huge, man. This thing's big. Oh, hey, did you wire this cape? I heard somebody say you just take a gauge wire and you just slip it right through there.
I did not.
Yeah, I think I wanna wire it. Just on his chariot. Yes, I command. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you giving me a little bit of a getaway. It was very much needed this week. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Always fun. You guys have a great night.
You too. Thank you, everybody who joined in our conversation. If you do screenshot or screen record any of this and send this to people, please make sure you do it in full context. If they have any questions, they can talk to me.
I heard Paige said this.
Yeah, it's always like,
I heard Paige said this.
yeah, they're just toys. What? What is this? Uh-oh. I was disappointed with Adder. His straps are really annoying. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. The thing, I just kind of clipped it on, but if you don't like that, I don't know what you're going to do about Snake Eyes. And what was that other? Oh, and Firefly. Firefly had the same thing. Did you see that?
Let's hope they improve the pouch system.
Well, isn't
Yeah.
what was it? What was it there?
No, it's Firefly.
Snake Eyes was just a reuse of Snake Eyes that isn't out yet.
Yeah.
You of it?
Yeah, I don't hear that one anymore.
Man.
You gotta have your stuff straight. I'm trying to show them. Oh, here you go. Ready?
Do it.
So yeah, you might be careful because I think we did this when we did the little Firefly breakdown, but it looks like he has those pouches too. See? So practice, Grasshopper.
You could put a little. I mean, if you want, you could put a dab of hot glue on there and make it permanent.
Yeah, you could do that. That's a
One
good
of those
or sticky tack.
Sticky tack on cloth.
You know that picture that I took today? Oh, here, I'll show you. Let me grab it real quick.
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself today. I was like, let me come up with my own thumbnail.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Well, you guys know what's been going on. So if I was able to do something in like 10 minutes, I thought that was an accomplishment.
Would you?
Am I doing? Oh, yeah.
That's what she said.
For profit. So, yeah, look, you see his shirt? I mean, you see his jacket?
That's a great Gomez.
Look at behind the magic. Oh, look at that. Look at that sticky white stuff.
Right at that waistline.
Holding his jacket together.
He tucked it in his waistband.
Why am I not getting a solo on this?
So gross.
My only solo layout ever. Look at this. You gotta put the sticky white stuff in there. That's how I kept the jacket. I was like, why isn't this staying together? For profit. I was half expecting to get a message and say, you know that you have the gold neck.
You're out there.
And somebody was going to talk about this, like his like only thing. So anyway, all right. Good night, everyone. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it. Oh, he said super glue. I left a comment telling them to please upgrade those. Yeah, see, that's what I'm. Why am I having a solo? Sorry, guys.
Positive feedback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, can you guys work on that? Do you think Mezco Con will ship anything within 60 days? I can't remember the.
We got the Eradicator quick.
Yeah. And those Sin City figures, those came quick too. I know it's not the same, but yeah, I think so. I think you'll probably get them. I think you'll probably get after SDCC if they do send them. But yeah, put a picture of what that Gomez for the gram. I'm gonna
Gomez shot.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna strip the Hangout. Like I was looking at my Instagram, it looks like a billboard for advertisements. I was like, maybe I should just strip the. If I take a picture, just strip the wording off and just use the picture, you know? That way it doesn't look like it's some kind of like, you know what I mean? I was scrolling through, I was like, damn, this is Hangout. I was like, oh, God. No wonder why nobody likes it. Because, I weigh my self-esteem and likes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm out of here.
He's like, the Destro was too much fun.
Yeah, he was. All right. Well, 4CC. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Having lots of fun talking toys and everything. You guys, when is it? The 14th? When is? Oh, that's quick because today's the 8th. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be a show.
Spend some money. Work some overtime.
Yeah. Adios.
Sell some junk bonds.